Today we're back flying high above the glass plant of Oakland, California. That's correct. Right next to the Fruitvale Bridge. We're got a little activity, as they say. And when you're making drone videos, well, you want to have activity in the background. And the other day I made a video of the glass plant with no construction workers here, but today you can see that they're working. That's right. They got a full man crew working this job, trying to tear it down. I got to this point into the video and said, wait a second, I need to turn around here. I need to give this a proper introduction. So here is the proper introduction for this beautiful Oakland glass plant video. Yeah, split the seams and there's where you see the action. Well, we're starting this video A-okay, but at some point things don't go okay. But at the beginning of this video, you can see they got the long arm of the demolition derby. That's right, it seems like a demolition derby because as soon as you turn around, there's another building gone. I was here just a couple of months ago and all this was full of building, and now it's just a pile of rubble. And they're breaking that rubble up quick and taking it out of here. I saw big rigs pulling in and out of here. So the shadows were just right. And the buildings, well, you got to get to them buildings before they are gone. This, like I said in previous videos, these are a moment in time. And this two-story building has seen its last days. How many people worked in this Oakland glass plant and have worked right where they're tearing down? I don't know. But it is fascinating to see them creep their way to that final structure. That's the one I'm waiting for right there. The big green tin monster. It's not green anymore, but it is tin. So there's a lot of scrap metal to behold in that one. But as you can see, the shadows of the big arm demolition machine is moving to more meatier structure. I think the long arm guy does as much as he can with the long arm, and then the little guys come in and they do the rest. So that long arm demolition, I got to get a name for that thing. If anybody knows the name for that, let me know. I want to call it the long arm creeper. That's a good name for it because that thing just creeps along and brings death to anything it touches. You can see the old mister blowing some mist around. That's why I couldn't get the drone that close to that side. The drones and water, well, they don't go too good together. But you can see this is where he does his best with that long arm. This would not be good for somebody close to the building, but with his long arm, he can take down a whole roof in one swipe. You see that? How one whole roof came crashing down. Now with his little pinchers, he just pinches the beams and there goes another. So compared to the other side where it was all concrete, this has got to be like a knife through butter. It's one of those things. So I say right here that if you think that this job is easy, well, it is not. It's a lot of repetitive movement. So I don't know if they get bored, if they listen to something and if they're listening to music or what they're doing. But yeah, there is a lot of repetitive motion. I bet you, see, that's the thing is I wonder if these guys, they work at a pace because they really don't want to work themselves out of a job, but maybe there's another job waiting for them. At every job, I'm always amazed that they want the job done yesterday. So a lot of this work that we do in the construction trades are they're good, and they would be it would be a lot easier, and I guess I don't want to even use the word more fun because there is no fun in construction, but I think I would have more fun in construction if they gave us more time. So we always want more time in whatever job we're doing. So I always want a job with no stress. But somebody who told me one time all jobs have stress. And they were right. Even that truck driver right there, he's got to come in and he's got to pick up a load and he's got to drop off a load. And I'm sure that they only give him a certain amount of time to get a load in and get a load out. And I bet it's all clockwork. So he's probably got to get about 6 loads in a day. And, well, if the traffic is messed up on the freeway, all it takes is one idiot, and there goes your load count. So, yeah. All jobs have stress, so that's where that term came from. If the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, well, it's not. It's still tastes like grass over there. They say find a job and do the things you love on that job. Well, on the other hand, you can have a job and just be grateful you have a job. It is harder and harder to find a job that satisfies people nowadays because we've become so a society of, I hate to say it, soft people, where in the old days you worked hard and you slept hard, and nowadays if you work hard, well, consider that a blessing, because a lot of people, they go to work and they don't work hard. They're really bored all day. So, but jobs aren't called fun. So you're not supposed to have fun at a job. It's called work for a reason. But we all are lucky if we do have a job, because as soon as we're without work for a couple of months, boy, do our minds start racing and we start thinking things we shouldn't be thinking. It's funny how the brain works. And you can have a lot of money and you can still worry about money. And you can have no money and still worry about money. So no matter where you are in life, try not to worry. If you have health, you have wealth. I've said that 1,000 times. Well, that's one of those things where everything I'm saying in this video, I preach to myself and I have to listen to. I really have to realize how lucky I am to have a job. But that could change any minute with a slip or fall, or just a boss that wants to downsize. And that's what happened to all these people at the Oakland glass plant. They had a job one day, been working there for 20, 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden They shut the plant down. You could say this is going on in Ohio and Detroit and all the industrial cities, and even Oakland. All the industrial parts of Oakland are shutting down. I guess the rent is too high, and maybe the wages are too. See, that's the downside of having the wages so high. They just shut the plant down. But that is the long arm creeper. That's what I called it, the long arm creeper, and it creeps in there. You see how it creeps inside that building, and it pinches whatever's in its way and tears it out. So you can see right there, it's got a little scissor to it, and it just snaps that stuff. So I'd like to see that whole building come down, but he wasn't doing it. It was just a little bit at a time. And I think you have to do a little bit at a time. Like I said, these people, I tried to zoom in on him, but couldn't really get him. These people couldn't. That's right there is where my drone kind of, I told you there was an incident in this video where my drone just kind of fell out of the sky, and oh my goodness, my heart stopped. It returned to home like it was supposed to, but I didn't know if it fell all out of the sky. So I brought it all the way back to where I was flying from and kind of just did a little test flight before I drove it back over there. But yeah, there are some birds over there, and I could have been a bird strike, but I was watching the video back and I didn't really see the birds hit the video. But that's why that video jumped so abruptly, because my drone just stopped recording and I lost connection. That's the first time I've ever really gotten scared with this drone. So I definitely tried all my controllers out. I brought it back and made sure it was working right. And of course, I went back for some more. I just wanted to finish this video with one last loop shot and some good aerial shots of how big this property is and how small it is getting. You can see almost each phase is gone. So I'm going to keep coming back here. Hopefully I'm going to fly up higher, because I did not lose it. I didn't like losing connection on my signal. That was scary. But I'm going to keep coming back here till all this is gone. If, Lord willing, if I have a drone that doesn't fall out of the sky like it did today. Yeah, that was scary. But there's phase 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And 4 is no more. There's 5 is going to be gone. Probably, I would say that phase 5 right there in the middle of your screen, all that, well, that's probably going to be gone in this week or two. Probably 2 weeks. But that's where the employees used to park. And that's phase 1 and 2. And there's phase 3 and 4. And they're working on phase 5. So, as you can see, that could be considered phase 5 also, that big building, but we can call it phase 6 if we like. It doesn't look like that mister's really blowing any water towards the construction. Looks like a whole bunch of wasted water to me. So, I don't want to be a Karen or a Darren. If you're a female, I guess they call you Karen. If you're male, they call you Darren. And I should probably show them this video and say, look guys, your machinery's not doing anything. It's wasting water. So you might want to move locations so that actually sprays dust down. I wonder what kind of reply I would get from the building, or I should say job site manager. I don't know. Well, there you go. The last phase. Coming up, the last phase. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on Phase 4 is No More Adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Now, wait a second. I got to show you something. Before I sign off here, I want to show you right where I'm going to fly from. So if you wonder, where is he flying from? Well, don't tell anybody my secret, but when I fly to Oakland, I fly at one of these safest spots of Alameda. You figure it out. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Phase 4 is No More Adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.